Hey, how you guys doing? Hey, this is Teresa. Just getting dinner ready for the family. We're talking about 4 ways to market contemporary Christian music. That's what we've been discussing and going into. You know, I was worked as a Christian radio announcer for almost over 15 years, almost 16 years outside of Atlanta, Georgia. So I can tell you that I've seen good marketing strategies and not so good marketing strategies. The 4 keys that I could share with you that could really help you, we'll just go over key number 1 for today while I get my dinner ready. Key number 1, which all comes down to you being you, and you investing your time and maybe even some finances in personal development. Now you may say, well, what do you mean by personal development? Well, a lot of times your income follows your personal development, or your income follows your skill level. Obviously, if you're going into Christian music, you're obviously good at something, whether it's singing or maybe you're play the instrument. That's not what I'm really talking about necessarily in this particular section on step 1 of personal development. I'm more talking about you and communication skills and being able to relate to people, being able to talk to people about your gift without sounding like a slimy salesperson. All you're talking about is yourself, and you're trying to sell someone that, hey, you got to let me play in your church, you got to let me fill out that auditorium. No, what I'm talking about is some simple, basic steps. Have you heard of the book How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie? I tell you what, that book was written years ago. It's full of biblical principles, but I'm telling you, people are, some success coaches, a number of them all over the country, are charging thousands of dollars for these seminars, and they're teaching some of these basic concepts that are found in that book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. If you go on my website, you'll be able to see a link to how to buy that book. But my website's not out yet, so much for that. But anyway, that's what I mean. You be the best you can be. If you develop the skills of communication, of being able to relate with people, that'll take you far. If you know how to talk to people with bringing the best out of them and not trying to push anything on them, that in itself, the talent and the art of doing that, you can put you anywhere and you'll be able to go far with that. No one, I think, does it better in teaching those skills than Danny Johnson. If you go to risetosuccess.com or Danny Johnson, D-A-N-I, Johnson.com, you'll see a video or you'll see a website packed full of tools. I've been to 2 of her seminars. I think I have every CD that she has ever put out. And yeah, I spent the whole last year, man, just immersing myself in what she is having to say. She's a millionaire who knows what she's talking about. For me, she's not just a success coach, but I believe she's a powerful, anointed woman of God that has helped me not only in what I'm doing and helping people and being a network marketer and having marketing strategies, but she's helped me as a mom, as a wife. That's a whole other story. So, but anyway, Danny Johnson would be a good suggestion. Basically, the bottom line is, if you want to market yourself, you got to be real, and you got to be able to communicate with people. You got to be not afraid to talk to a pastor or talk to someone at a Christian radio station. And like I said, not just to sell yourself, but to be able to communicate, find out what they need, find out how you can help them, and in the process, it's step 1. Personal develop. Step 1 of being able to see yourself go off and be someone and be able to, I know ultimately trying to encourage you, you believe you got a talent, you got a gift, and you want to sing, and you know that God's anointed you and that's your destiny. But step number 1 really has to do with taking the time and investing in yourself. I mentioned that book by Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. But I'll tell you what, the good old Bible, the Word of God has some of the best success principles you can ever imagine that are really based in that whole book. Let me put these onions in here real quick. So check them out. While American Idol. Oh, man, what happened? Oh, I think I lost you. No, I didn't. I was going to tell you, sorry about that. A while ago, my screen went out. A while ago, I think it's been a couple years ago, they had Kenny Rogers on American Idol. And just to kind of sum up about personal development and being authentic and being you, he was giving the young contestants advice on, one, not just success, but longevity. How do you stay successful for so long? And I'll never forget it. I was sitting on the couch there, and it was such a powerful truth. He said the key to his success, or anyone's success, and the key for the longevity of a career, he says, is the closer three things come together. He says there's number one, who people think you are and say you are. Number two, who you think you are and what you think of yourself. And number three, who you actually are, regardless of what people think and what they say, who you are regardless of who's around you. He says when you get those three things, the closer they are together, the closer that who you really are is what people say you are and who you know you are, closer that those come together, the more and the longer you're going to be successful and the more you're going to be successful. And I tell you what, I was just writing a blog about this at my Squiddo page, Squiddo, if I say that right, .com/money-for-ministry. He said something really powerful about that the closer those threes come together, the more success you have. And I know this is what I was going to say. They remind me of this artist that came out, oh gosh, it's 25 plus more years than that, and I'll never forget it. I was 16 years old, and my mom dragged me to an Amy Grant concert. And I can remember from that moment on, something really impressed me. And she was so unpretentious. She was definitely who she was. And if anyone who knows her or has seen her through the 25, but she's going on 30 years now, bless her heart, I'm just going to say I'm old, of her years in Christian music and then later in mainstream music, well, the number one thing you'll hear people saying about Amy is, that's who Amy is. She's as real as you can get. She is as close as what people say they are to who she thinks you are and who she really is. I didn't say that right, but you know what I mean. So, step number one in this lesson on Ustream TV, video ministry, and you're looking to market yourself and your Christian music, stay true to who you are. Invest in some skills, in some communication skills. Check out risetosuccess.com. Check out DannyJohnson.com. Check out places where you can learn how other artists have done it. Stay true to yourself. Develop and maintain that personal relationship with Jesus and be the best you can be. As you gain those skills and as you learn to communicate to people and talk to people without sounding like a salesperson, I'm telling you what, that step alone, you're going to see some improvement. You're going to be able to market that gift. And ultimately, our final goal on this is to be able to give you some tools, whether you're a Christian musician or you're a pastor or an evangelist, or you're just like me, a stay-at-home mom who wants to find some financial freedom so you can go in the direction God's called you. That's the ultimate goal here. So I hope to check it out. I'm Teresa. Hey, I will be in touch. I hope you do the same. Hey, God bless you, and I hope my dinner's going to turn out okay. See you later.